Hello, Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending September 13th, 2024. I want to take a minute just to thank all of the first responders. Obviously, September 11th, 23 years ago, pretty traumatic time in our history. The Kingston Police and Fire Departments did another ceremony this year. Always very, very nice, very humbling, and makes you reflect on where you were, what was going on, and how lucky we are to have the freedoms we have in this community, in this world. So, just thank you for all your support and help, and condolences to anybody who was impacted by the occurrence on September 11th. For this week, we had a Board of Selectmen meeting on Tuesday night, just to talk about some quick things that we went over, and the board made some decisions on. They've approved the contractor plow rates, again, keeping the rates the same as they were last year. We are looking to install some welcome to Kingston signs on some of the road sides of the road, for roads that are coming into Kingston. The Board of Selectmen approved the installation of 3 signs, a larger type sign down near McDonald's in the Big Y area, where it'll say "Welcome to Kingston." It'll be about 4 foot by 6 foot sign, and it'll be designed so as we move forward, any town signs will have the same look and feel, so people know it's a town sign when you see it, whether it be directional signs to buildings or properties of the town, or just welcoming you to town. So hopefully you'll see that sometime this fall. It's to help make people recognize they're going into Kingston, and hopefully give Kingston a little bit even a nicer appearance as they drive into town. The board also adopted or approved the opening of the special town meeting warrant for the November special town meeting. There'll be a number of articles. Probably one of the more important ones that'll be discussed, and I taped a TV show last week with our town planner, Valerie Massard. We'll tape another one or two of them to deal with the MBTA zoning. That will be on our ballot, or on a warrant for a special town meeting. I'd urge everybody to take a look at the website. We've got some information on the website about the MBTA proposed zone. It's been presented by a subcommittee and supported by the Kingston Planning Board. Would ask if you want to get some more information, you can watch the TV show that we taped. Get some information off the website. If you have any questions at all after reviewing that information, please feel free to give either myself or Val a call. Be happy to try to answer any questions you may have. It's an important topic for us moving forward, and again, not trying to convince anybody one way or another whether they support it or not. Just trying to provide the factual information, and everybody can make a decision moving forward on their own. We also had a couple of resignations recently for department heads that we talked about, and whether or not we should look at restructuring one or both of those positions. The first one was our current community development director, Jason Silva. He's been employed by the town now for about 7 or 8 years. He started out as our building inspector, was promoted to community development director about 3 years ago, has decided to take a more responsible position, I guess you could say, going back to the town of Plymouth where he lives and where he used to work. Jason will be missed. Did a great job for us here at the town of Kingston, but he is taking an opportunity that he thinks is better off for him and his family, so we want to wish him well. His last day is October 11th, so that is coming up quickly. Had a conversation with the board about whether or not to continue to advertise and hire a community development director, or maybe take a step back a little bit with the slowdown in our growth and the slowdown in the building activities because of the water moratorium, and hire a building inspector. And the board agreed with the recommendation that Jason and I have, which was to just hire a building inspector at this point, building inspector, building commissioner. So we'll be advertising for that position probably next week, and getting somebody in here as quick as we can to get that position filled and up and running. We don't expect to have any impact to the town services we provide in that area. Our part-time building official, Paul Armstrong, is willing to step up, do a little bit more work if need be. And he has always been very supportive and willing to help out with the town as much as he can. So I'm sure there won't be any impact to people who need the building inspection services. The other retirement or departure due to retirement is Paul Basler, our Streets, Trees, and Parks superintendent. Paul's been employed with the town nearly 30 years. Um, Wealth and knowledge, great guy. Again, somebody who'll do anything at all he can to help the town out. Has decided to retire. I want to congratulate him on that. Well deserved. The we discussed whether or not we want the board of selectmen wanted to investigate a uh, change in the organizational structure. Look at a public works department that may or may not include bringing in the water and sewer departments into the oversight of the public works director. There's a number of different ways that structure can be established. The board agreed that they want to take a look and do some studying on the different options that might be available. It would all have to be if there was a decision to change the structure and create a public works department or a highway department, that would have to all be approved at town meeting in the spring. So our current foreman, Sean Turner, is going to step up and be the interim streets, trees, and parks superintendent for the time being, and that responsibility may go until sometime next spring or early summer. But we'll see where that goes. It's a study. It doesn't mean things are going to change. It might make sense to keep things just the way they are, but because we have the opening in the position, thought it would be appropriate to at least look at the different options that might be available, work with the water and sewer commissioners and other impacted departments or individuals, and try to come up with a decision that makes the most sense for the community moving forward. Um, and that was the Board of Selectmen agenda for this past week. The board's meeting again on the 24th, where there'll be some updates, a quarterly update from the police and fire chiefs, and some discussions on whether or not to continue to maintain some unaccepted streets, things of that nature. Um, Again, our fall town meeting is November 19th, Tuesday night, November 19th. Um, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of important things will be discussed at that meeting. I urge people to try to get themselves caught up to um, get caught up with some of the issues, especially with MBTA zoning. And like I said, if you have any questions, we're always here to help you out. So with that, I want to thank everybody very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you.